Every single human who has ever lived has had to poop. Somehow, it took us thousands of years to figure out where. Holes in the ground, communal pits, buckets, rivers everyone also drank from, which, yes, was as bad an idea as it sounds. So how did humanity go from anywhere, really, to a porcelain throne with a flush button? Buckle up, this gets weird fast. Let's actually go back further than Rome, because some ancient civilizations were shockingly advanced at this. The Indus Valley Civilization, around 2500 BCE, had homes with actual private toilets connected to underground drainage channels running beneath entire city streets. That's roughly 4,500 years ago, with better plumbing infrastructure than plenty of towns had just a few centuries back. Nobody quite knows why this knowledge didn't spread further and faster. Sometimes history just doesn't move in a straight line. Ancient Egypt had a version too, though a little less glamorous. Wealthier households used wooden or stone seats built over a removable sand-filled container, essentially an early portable toilet. Someone, presumably a very unlucky someone, had the job of emptying and replacing that sand regularly. Let's start with ancient Rome, because Romans did something almost nobody expects. They made public toilets social. Rows of stone seats, side by side, no walls between them. People sat there together, chatting, catching up on gossip, while doing their business in full view of everyone else. There was even a shared sponge on a stick for cleaning up, passed from person to person. One sponge, many people. Try not to think about it too hard. Why so casual? Privacy just wasn't a concept tied to bathroom habits yet. If everyone's doing it, nobody's embarrassed. Efficient logic, deeply questionable execution. Then came the Middle Ages, and things got worse before they got better. Most homes had no toilet at all. Instead, people used chamber pots, simple bowls kept indoors for convenience. And when those pots filled up, many people just opened a window and tossed the contents into the street below. There was even a polite warning shouted before doing it. Something like, "Look out below," so pedestrians could dodge in time. Emphasis on could. Historians generally agree city streets were unpleasant. This wasn't just gross, it was dangerous. All that waste sitting in open streets and rivers helped spread diseases like cholera for centuries, long before anyone understood germs were the culprit. Castles, meanwhile, had their own bizarre solution. Wealthy medieval households built small stone closets jutting out from the castle wall, called garderobes, essentially toilets that emptied straight down into the moat below. Convenient for the residents, considerably less convenient for anyone standing near the moat, or, honestly, for the moat itself. So when did someone finally say, enough? Fast forward to 1596. An Englishman named Sir John Harington built one of the first known flushing toilets, complete with a valve to release water and clear the bowl. He even installed one for his godmother, Queen Elizabeth I. There was just one problem. Nobody had invented proper sewage systems yet, so Harrington's flushing toilet worked great, right up until the waste had nowhere useful to go. The invention was clever. The infrastructure around it was not remotely ready. For roughly 2 more centuries, the flush toilet mostly sat around as a neat idea nobody could fully use. Then the 1800s arrived, and cities were growing fast, which meant human waste was piling up faster than anyone knew what to do with. Something had to give. This is where a name you've probably heard comes in. Thomas Crapper. Contrary to popular myth, he didn't invent the toilet. What he actually did was refine and popularize flush toilet designs in Victorian England, helping make them common in regular households instead of royal ones. Around the same time, cities finally started building proper underground sewer systems, giving all that flushed water somewhere sensible to go. Suddenly, the flush toilet wasn't just clever, it was actually usable. And once that clicked into place, indoor plumbing exploded across the modern world within a few generations. Which brings us to today, where Japan has arguably taken the toilet further than anyone else on Earth. Heated seats, built-in bidets, automatic lids, even ambient sound to cover, let's say, other sounds. Somewhere between a hole in the ground and this, humanity apparently decided to not just solve the problem, but make it luxurious. So next time you sit down, flush, and walk away without a second thought, remember what that simple convenience replaced. A shared sponge on a stick, a warning shout before a bucket hits the street, centuries of cities that smelled exactly as bad as you're imagining right now. Every human who has ever lived has had to poop. You're just lucky enough to be doing it during the good part of the story. If your brain finds this stuff as weird as mine does, subscribe for more.